All right, guys, 1 through 6 are the ones you needed to complete for homework. We wrote down the methods you needed to use to solve. Uh, what if you're not getting to the next step? This video should help you. On number 1, since we know it's the 30, 60, and 90, we need to label the parts. Opposite the right angle is always the hypotenuse, so there's our H. Opposite the 60 is the long leg, and then this would be the 30. The remaining opposite that would be the short leg. Now the formulas that go with that are x. Long leg is x squared root of 3 and 2x. Well, right here, since this is x, that lets me know that 8 is x. So I double it to get the hypotenuse, which means y is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. And x, we just put the number in front of it, would be 8 root 3, the number of x. On number 2, we have 45, 45, 90. So our part is opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse, and then we should have legs and legs for x and y. Our formula is x square root of 2, and then x and x. I know we have an x there already, but this is the part I start with. Now, it's not in the form of x square root of 2. It tells me 3 is there. So that means 3 equals x square root of 2. So to solve for x, we're going to have to divide by the square root of 2 on both sides. That means they'll cancel out on the right. You'll have 3 over divided by square root of 2 equals x, but we cannot leave it like that. We're going to multiply by the square root of 2 on the top and the bottom, which will give you, I'm going to come to the left, 3 square root of 2 over 2. And that's our final answer. That is what our x and y are. Now, when we get here, we're using Pythagorean theorem converse. That means we're taking the biggest number, which is the c. We're squaring that. So our biggest number is 10. So we do 10 squared, compare it to 5 squared. 10 squared is 100, 5 squared is 25, 6 squared is 36. So then I just add the two. Well, I have 100 on the left side. I have 61. Sorry. 61 here. 100 is greater than that, so this would be obtuse. Pause it and try number 4 if you think you got it now. We should be using our 15 squared, compare it to 9 squared, it's 13 squared, 15 squared is 225, 9 squared is 81, plus 169. We add those together, 250, I believe. Hold up. 8 and 1 is 10. Oops. Yeah. 2225 is less than, so this answer was acute. On number 5, we wrote down we had to be using SOHCAHTOA. So you have to start with circling the angle, labeling the parts. The x is the hypotenuse. The 14 is the adjacent. Which one deals with an h, hypotenuse, and adjacent? A, we need an h and an a. Here's an h and an a, so that would be cosine. So we do cosine, the C is for cosine of 56, equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse, because it's a over h. The adjacent is the 14, the hypotenuse is the x. When x is on the bottom, like it is here, what do? We divide. So we're going to switch these two. Put this to the bottom. Put the x where that is. So x equals 14 divided by the cosine of 56. We have to put this in the calculator. Pause just a second. Okay, so on our calculator, we do 14 divided by, to get the cosine, we hit the trig button with the next to the 7. Then we click on cosine, and we do, I think it was 56. Let me check, hold on. Yeah, it was 56. So we hit enter, and we round to the nearest tenth. which would be 25.0. Okay, so x is approximately 25.0, which you know is probably just 25. All right, so that's when x is on the bottom. When it's on the top, you multiply. But on number 6, when it's inside, see x here is inside the triangle. This is when we do the inverse. We still label. This would be opposite. 30 is adjacent. Who deals with the O and the H? O and the A, excuse me, that's TOA, tangent. So we write 10 inverse, -1. Opposite, the O goes on top, which is the 50, over adjacent, which is 30. And we go to our calculator. There is the -1, the inverse. And we do 30 over 50. I think it was. So 30 over 50. 50 over 30, sorry. So let's do trig. 50 over 30. And the answer is 59 degrees. So that takes care of x. It's approximately 59 degrees. All right, so these are the type of problems that you had on 5.2 test and that you're going to have on your retest. So start studying these and be ready for your reassessment. Do your corrections. If you need assistance, come to tutorials. Thanks.